Welcome. Today we journey into one of the most remarkable early Christian traditions of the East, the story of Abgar V, called Ukkama, Abgar the Black, king of Edessa, capital of the kingdom of Osroene. In Syriac and Assyrian Christian memory, Abgar stands as the first king to receive the gospel, the first royal convert, the man who recognized the divinity of Jesus Christ while Christ still walked the earth, and who later sought justice after the crucifixion. This is the living tradition preserved in the Doctrine of Addai, the archives of Edessa as reported by Eusebius in the 4th century, and the broader Syriac heritage of the Assyrian Church of the East and related communities. Edessa, modern Şanlıurfa in southeastern Turkey, sat on a strategic crossroads. The kingdom of Osroene was a buffer state between the Roman Empire to the west and the Parthian Empire to the east. Its kings, the Abgarids, ruled a largely Aramaic-speaking population with deep Mesopotamian roots. Abgar V reigned roughly from 4 BC to AD 7, and again from AD 13 to about the year 50. He was called Ukkama, the Black. Politically, he had to balance carefully. Any move into Roman territory, including Judea and Palestine, risked war. This geopolitical reality becomes crucial later in the story. Word of a remarkable teacher and healer in Palestine reached Edessa. Messengers returning from Roman officials reported miracles performed without medicine or herbs, the blind seeing, the lame walking, lepers cleansed, demons driven out, the dead raised. Abgar, afflicted with a grievous and lingering illness, heard these reports and drew a conclusion that would change everything. Abgar longed to go himself to Jerusalem to see these works with his own eyes, but he could not safely enter Roman territory without risking conflict with the Emperor Tiberius. So he wrote a letter and entrusted it to his archivist and envoy, Hanan. The letter, preserved in both Eusebius and the fuller Syriac Doctrine of Addai, reads in essence, Abgar Ukkama to Jesus, the good physician who has appeared in the country of Jerusalem. Peace. I have heard of you and of your healing, that you do not heal by medicines or roots, but by your word you open the eyes of the blind, make the lame walk, cleanse lepers, make the deaf hear, heal those tormented by unclean spirits and demons, and raise the dead. When I heard these great wonders, I decided in my mind that either you are God who has come down from heaven, or you are the Son of God who does these things. Therefore I write to you and request that you come to me, who adore you, and heal the disease which I have, as I believe in you. I have also heard that the Jews murmur against you and seek to crucify you. I possess one small and beautiful city, sufficient for us both to dwell in quietness. This is extraordinary. A Near Eastern king, without having seen Jesus, confesses that the miracles point to divinity, either God himself or the Son of God. He offers political asylum and healing in exchange for faith. Jesus receives the letter. His reply is equally striking. Blessed are you who have believed in me without having seen me. For it is written of me that those who see me will not believe in me, and those who do not see me will believe and be saved. As to what you have written, that I should come to you, that for which I was sent here is now finished, and I am going up to my Father who sent me. When I have gone up to him, I will send to you one of my disciples, who will heal your suffering and give life to you and to those who are with you. And your city shall be blessed, and no enemy shall rule over it. In some versions of the tradition, Hanan also brings back a portrait, either painted by him or the miraculous image of Edessa, the mandilion, the cloth bearing the face of Christ. This becomes one of the most venerated relics in Eastern Christianity. Abgar's faith is already complete before any healing. He has accepted Christ as divine on the basis of testimony alone. After the resurrection and ascension, the Apostle Thomas sends Addai, also called Thaddaeus, one of the 70, to Edessa in fulfillment of the promise. Addai arrives quietly, lodging with a Jewish merchant named Tobias. Word reaches the palace. Abgar, seeing a great vision on Addai's face, immediately recognizes him as the promised disciple. Are you in truth a disciple of Jesus, the Son of God, who said to me, I will send you one of my disciples who will heal you and give you life? Addai replies that he has been sent for that purpose. He lays hands on the king or speaks the word of Christ, and Abgar is healed. The king's disease vanishes. Other healings follow in the city. Then comes the preaching. Addai proclaims the full gospel, the incarnation, the ministry, the passion, the descent into Sheol, the resurrection, the ascension. Abgar and his court listen. The king publicly confesses, "In such wise have I believed on him, that I have even desired to take an army and extirpate those who crucified him, were it not that I was restrained by reason of the dominion of the Romans." Abgar accepts baptism. Many of the nobles and people of Edessa follow. Christianity takes root in the city. Addai organizes the church, appoints leaders, and the gospel spreads from Edessa into Mesopotamia. In the tradition, Edessa becomes the first Christian kingdom, a claim of enormous importance for Syriac and Assyrian identity. When news of the crucifixion reaches Edessa, Abgar's response is fierce. He desired to go up to Jerusalem to destroy and kill the children of Israel. He mounts and rides as far as the Euphrates, intending to avenge the Messiah. But political reality stops him. Crossing into Roman territory would be an act of war against Tiberius. Edessa's survival depended on careful neutrality as a buffer state, so Abgar writes instead to the emperor. The substance of the letter is this: "The Jews in Palestine have crucified Jesus, a man without sin, who performed countless acts of kindness and miracles, even raising the dead. These works were not those of a mere mortal, but of God. At the moment of the crucifixion, the sun was darkened and the earth shaken. 3 days later he rose and appeared to many. His name, invoked by his disciples, continues to work miracles, of which Abgar's own healing is proof. Therefore, the emperor should judge and punish those responsible, and consider commanding the worship of Christ as true God throughout the empire." Tiberius replies that he has already been informed, including by Pilate's reports of the miracles and the resurrection. He has removed Pilate from office for his role. Current wars prevent immediate full action, but he intends to address the matter according to Roman law. When free from war, he will examine the Jewish leaders and treat them as they deserve. Tradition holds that Tiberius later ordered the execution of some of the Jewish leaders in Jerusalem. This episode shows Abgar's conversion was not merely private healing. It produced public loyalty to Christ and a desire for justice that respected the limits of his political position while still seeking accountability. Abgar's acceptance of Christ is total. Intellectual, miracles equal divinity. Personal, healing and baptism. Political, restraint plus the letter to Tiberius. And communal, the conversion of his city. In the Assyrian and broader Eastern tradition, Abgar remains the model of the king who believes without seeing, who offers his city as refuge, who is healed, who is baptized, and who seeks justice for the crucified. The image of Edessa and the letters themselves became objects of enormous veneration. The story preserves a vivid picture of the first-century Near East, buffer kingdoms, Roman-Parthian tension, the rapid spread of news about Jesus, and the earliest impulses of Christian mission beyond Judea into Aramaic-speaking Mesopotamia. That is the depth of the tradition. Thank you for listening. If this story of the Assyrian king who recognized the Messiah speaks to you, share it. The ancient churches of the East still carry this memory. Glory to God, and peace to the city that was promised protection.